Hey, what's up, guys? This is Klaus from Team Oshigumi, and this is another deck profile. 3 in a row, baby. And as usual, our sponsor is Patrick O'Donnell Designs, where you can get your freaking playmat design to your heart's content. And this deck is one of my personal favorite, and only some of you guys know I play this deck. And if you guessed it right now, I'll be surprised, but it's a tier 3 deck right now, I want to say, sadly. It's oh, Messiah deck profile. Let's lock this shit down. Alright, so where do I even begin with this deck? We'll start with the grade 3s, work our way down to grade 0, then move on to the G zone. Alright, so in this deck, I run a playset of the new Messiah. The new Alter Ego Neo Messiah. It's a pretty good card. The skill, when you stride upon it, when your Messiah G unit stride upon this, you get to lock one of you get to choose up to one unit from your hand, call it to the rear guard, and then you lock one of your units and lock one of your opponent's units. I mean, in comparison to the OG Messiah, it's free lock, like absolutely free. The only thing I don't like about this Messiah, which I think is garbage, is the second skill. The second skill. Just like CBD Crisis, the second skill sucks donkey dick. Alright, this is a keyword where reading is important. Skill. GB2. Soul Blast 1 at the end of your turn if a locked card was unlocked during that turn due to the effect of your card. You may pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards. Now I gotta remember, it's at the end of your turn only, and it's if a locked card was unlocked during that turn. It's implying that it's only for one thing. Like if a unit gets unlocked, no matter how many units were unlocked at the end of your turn, you only get to Soul Blast 1 and you only get to draw 2. Doesn't say for each unit that was unlocked. Which brings a great transition to the OG Messiah. Now, I only run 3 of this, by the way. The only reason I bring this up right now is his GB2 skill is different from his GB2 skill. His the new one is literally restricted to one, like you get to draw twice. I mean, you get to draw 2 cards once. Unlike this card, where this card is when a locked card is unlocked. It's implying anytime a card is unlocked, you get to use the skill and draw a card. Versus this is if a, so meaning any point during your end of your turn, doesn't matter if 20 billion cards were unlocked, you only get to use that skill to draw 2 cards once. Versus this card allows you to draw as many as you want as long as you have the resources for it. So keep that in mind. Oh, and his OG skill is upon striding, you doesn't say Messiah unit, by the way. Upon striding, counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards, lock it, and lock one of your opponent's rear guards, and then this gains 5,000. So in my opinion, this is slightly still better. So I might change this formula in a bit. I run 3 Lady Battler of the Black Dwarf. She's good. Her skill is counterblast at the end of the battle. This unit attacked. Counterblast 1. Lock this unit. Choose one of your rear guards. Give it 5,000. Now I've seen multiple people not run this anymore, or on sub in Metallic Messiah. Metallic Messiah skill is like whenever a unit is unlocked or locked, it gains like power of 3,000 or something like that until end of the turn, and that unit cannot be locked. So it's good against mirror matches. It's also a big power creeper, and overall it's a really good card. But do I want to use it in this deck? Not really. And also that card is better for the new Messiah. The way I build it is I'm going to lock all my units just to draw out the ass with the OG Messiah. So I still run Lady Dwarf. Now, if they still run Lady Dwarf and they still want to run Metallic Messiah, whatever, they don't use this, Arrestor Messiah. I run a playset of Arrestor Messiah because I still think it's good. Skill is only useful during the turn that you call it out. When you call it out, it gains 2,000 if you have Messiah Vanguard, and at the GB1 skill, by the way, and then at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, you get to lock this unit and choose any fighter's unit in the back row and lock it. So you can lock your opponent's rear guards or also lock your own unit rear guards just so that you can chain it off and try to draw from it. Now, the MVP for the grade 2 lineup in this deck right now is the Lady Fencer of Matter Transmission. She is great because during the turn she gets called out to the rear guard or unlocked. This unit gains automatically 2,000. So by default, she's like a 11k beat stick. And then her second skill is extremely great for Messiah decks because when this unit attacks, if the Vanguard is a Messiah card, you may pay the cost by counterblasting. If you do, you soul charge, and on top of it, this unit gains 5,000 until the end of the battle. And at the end of the battle, lock this unit. Meaning she's gonna help you soul charge lock to draw, and then also be a 16k beat stick, man. She's gonna smack you silly with the fucking saber. She just goes wham wham motherfucker and just deals damage all day long. Overall, really great card. Moving into my grade 1 lineup, I run 3 of the Dunamis Messiah. Do not miss the Messiah, baby. I like to call it sometimes. GB1 skill, at the end of the battle, this unit boosted. You Soul Blast. If you do, choose up to one of your locked cards, unlock it, lock this unit instead. If you do, choose one of your units and gains 4,000. Keyword units, meaning you can get the 4,000 to your Vanguard, but also to any unit you literally just unlocked. So, good combo will be having this one, unlock it with this skill. This skill gains 2,000 from her own skill, and then this unit gives it 4,000, so it becomes at 15,000. And then when you attack, you can counterblast one because it's not once per turn. Then she gains additional 5,000, making this a fucking 20k beat stick, baby. So good. So essentially, he's really good, and he Soul Blast. So if you haven't noticed now, there's a lot of Soul Blasting involved. So she's still really, that's why she's really good. Moving on. Run 4 of the new Messiah PGs. She's really good in the aspect of allowing you to draw by her GB1 skill in the drop zone is bind this card, choose up to 2 of your rear guards, and lock them and draw a card. You might be wondering, why is it good to lock your own units, Klaus? It doesn't make sense. That means you can attack with your line. Well, you simpleton. Obviously, you have not seen the new stride, which is Harmonic Messiah. And I'll get to that eventually. But, yeah, generic PG. And if you just pitch it to the G Guardian Circle, pitch a card. If you do, you can choose one of your Messiah units, not just Vanguards, and that cannot be hit until the end of the battle. So, pretty generic. Yeah, and Counterblast is not... this deck is pretty Counterblast heavy, but there are ways around it. And I think it's the next card I'm going to talk about. Oh, what do you know? I was right. Sacrifice Messiah is your MVP for the grade 1 lineup. Essentially, he's all about countercharging for you at the cost of locking it itself. GB1 skill, when the unit within another rear guard is locked, if you have a grade 3 or higher Vanguard with Messiah in its name, you get to lock this unit, countercharge 1, choose up to one of your other units, and give it 3,000 until end of the turn. Not end of the attack, end of the turn. So it's really good. So generally, I'll put this behind, one of my grade 2 lineups, the Fencer Lady or Black Dwarf. And then I will lock it, countercharge it, so that'll be a free lock and free power boost, and then give it to my other units and attack again. And then unlock all of them to attack again. Oh yeah! So really good, great card in my opinion. Moving on to the Strike Fighters, yeah, run 4 Strike Fighters. I run 4 Destiny Dealer, pretty generic. Why I run it. Also, it helps me get the ideal Messiah, whichever Messiah I want to run. Moving on to the grade 0 lineup. I run 4 of the Fighters Collection 2017 Heal Trigger. She's good. When you ever paid the cost for the Flip G-Guard, you Soul Blast 1, and if you have 1 or less face-up cards in your Demon Zone, you countercharge 1. So she's also a free counter charge. Around 4 draw triggers. Because this deck is kind of lacking on the draw powers right now. I mean, I've seen a lot of people not run draw triggers and instead run more crits for a finisher, but I think you don't need that as much because current meta is all about hand size. It's like, you're comparing dick sizes with everyone every fucking game you're in. And you're just like, oh, I have like 12 cards in my hand. Oh, I have 20 cards in my hand. What you gonna do now, Sonny? So, I mean, if you want to, I just think cards in your hand is really good. Gives you more guards, but also more chance to plan out your next turn. It's better in my opinion. Moving on to the crits. Of course, I run a playset of Blank Messiah. Too good, baby. Blank Messiah, generic crit where, if your Vanguard with the Messiah name attacks, put into the soul, draw a card, give a 5,000 to your Vanguard. So, it means free soul charge and free draw. Finally, I run a playset of Starvader Paradigm Shift Dragon. I really don't know why, because at this point, I don't even have any Starvader Vanguard, if I recall. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, it's just there. It's cool. It's really useful. It's still a useful critical trigger, I guess. But I run it, because I love it. And last but not least, I still run Neon Messiah starter. I've seen people run the new starter from the trial deck. That's Garbo. This is still better in my opinion from a lot of playtesting. This has gotten me through a lot of places multiple times. And yeah, you get to draw a card with the other one. But this one secures my stride next turn. And once fucking, Zeroth Dragon Start comes out, it guarantees me to fucking Zeroth Dragon the fuck out of my opponent if I really wanted to. So, in the end, that's the superior choice and the smarter choice in my opinion. Moving on to my G-Zone. Alright, now G-Zone's a little bit tricky. You guys might look at it and be like, Klaus, you're an idiot. Why are you running it this way? Yada, 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 yada. Shut the fuck up. I run the fuck I want, and it's been great the way it is. Some like more well-known Messiah players have a different lineup, but it's pretty similar in my opinion. Alright, I digress too much. Alright, I run two of the Harmonic Messiah. Generally, you want to run one because he or she, I don't even know what the fuck they call this shit. But point being is, Harmonic Messiah is your ultimate finisher. And if you can't finish with this one, you're done goof. I need to change this sleep. But yeah, it means you're done goofed. So that's why people run only one. But I run it two, just in case if I don't finish him off. But generally, when I go to Harmonic Messiah, it's game over that turn. Harmonic Messiah, if you don't know what it does, it's not counter blast. You choose a face down card from your G-Zone, turn it up when this unit attacks, and as long as you have a hard card with Messiah, you may pay the cost. If you do, unlock all units from both sides of the field, and this unit gains 5,000 for each of the cards that was unlocked, and other cards that was unlocked on your side gets 5,000. So essentially, the key important part, if 5 or more cards were unlocked, your opponent cannot PG. They cannot guard with grade 1 or higher from hand. They can only G guard or guard with grade 0s. That's why this is your finisher. Essentially, like you can say, fuck you, Luard player. Let me see that hand. Drop that Azra's, bitch. And it's good. That's all I can say about that. Moving on. I only run 2 Flagellant Messiah. I don't know why some of these people are running 4 still. You only need 2. Like, realistically speaking, Flagellant Messiah is no longer needed. Because, bam! Basaltus Messiah is so much better. Basaltus Messiah skill is choose a face down card with the same name, so Persona Flip, Counterblast 1, and when this only occurs, it's an auto skill when this unit is attacking. When this is attacking, as long as you have a Vanguard with Messiah in its name, obviously, which you should, you get to choose a card and a rear guard in any player's choose a locked card and a rear guard in any player's field for each face-up card in your G-Zone, and you may unlock or lock them, each of them. And if you do unlock 1 or more cards, draw a card. So, this is not GB restricted, but I mean, I've seen people run this as first turn stride just so they can lock more they can lock units and draw, but it comes in handy later on late game too also, because you get to lock and unlock multiple based on how many face up cards in your G zone you have. So still a better choice. I don't know why people are running 2 of him and running 4 Flagellant. That's a bad choice. You want to run 4 Basaltis Messiah, 2 Flagellant Messiah, if anything. Once like the new support comes in though, I'm gonna probably downsize this Basaltis Messiah for the new one where it kind of shuffles everyone's fucking hand back to the deck and they only draw 5 cards. That card is just too good to pass up on. Run 2 Transal's Messiah. Transal's Messiah is pretty old school. Once this hits the Vanguard Circle, you Counterblast 1. You get to unlock everything that was locked and lock anything that was not locked previously. Run 1 Amnesty Messiah. So this is a key important thing. So other people run 2 Amnesty Messiah, which I'm thinking about doing. I just kind of didn't like it as much because didn't really see the point of it. Just wanted to finish. Amnesty Messiah, essentially they run it because of the mirror match and also like any other Link Joker matchups. So if you are using Messiah, idealistically you'll beat the shit out of CBD, and with deleters you just fucking rack them with this card. Right into this, fucking rack them, unlock everything, just get a crit out of it and gain power out of it. Just attack, you'll win first turn stride. Moving on, 1 Seabreeze for generic reasons, because Messiah deck is very GB1 reliant, and also when your opponent's great stuck, nothing else says fuck you than Seabreeze. So I run Seabreeze. 1 Maxwell. Maxwell skill, lock one of your units in the back row, gains 5,000 until end of that battle. So, I mean, just sets you up to unlock, like this card or multiple other cards. And you can chain it up with Sacrifice Messiah by targeting one of the other rear guards, lock it, throw the Sacrifice Messiah skill, lock it, counter charge, give 3,000 your Vanguard, so makes it a little bit harder to pass. Skill number 2, G-Guard number 2 is Destiny Guardian. Destiny Guardian is really good because his skill is mainly towards Messiah. When this hits the Guardian Circle, you can choose up to 2 locked units, unlock it, and this gains 10,000 until the end of battle. This got so much more expensive because it's just that good. 1 of Karina. Karina skill, Counterblast 1. Flip another G guard in your G zone, and if you do, you can choose up to 3 of your rear guards in the back. Wait, does it say back? No, it doesn't say back. So choose up to 3 rear guards. And lock them. And if you do, your opponent needs to choose the same amount for in the back row for each card that was locked. Last but not least, it's my new favorite G guard. It came with the trial deck. Its skill is pretty dank. Essentially, once this hits the Guardian Circle, Soul Blast 1, if there's a locked card, you may pay the cost. This gains 5,000 for that. And also, if your Vanguard is a Messiah unit, then you get to gain an additional 5,000. So it becomes 25k G guard. How can you pass up on that beauty? You just can't. Alright, well that's it for the deck profile. Rundown overall, tier grade wise, this is tier 2 to tier 3 right now. It's just not where it can be. I don't know. Messiah gets support, gets decently great, then new support for other clans come out and just gets shot down down the list. So Messiah's one of those decks, honestly, that just doesn't have a tier list because it's really dependent on how the operator plays it. And if the player is really good, it can be played like a tier 1 deck. I mean, if you guys know this guy named Blake Manor or whatever his name is on Vanguardian, he's notoriously known for playing Messiah, and he's been in multiple tournaments where he makes top 3, top 2 with Messiah decks against all the other tier 1 decks. It depends on how well you play this deck, you can go so many places with it. Value right now, it's relatively cheap. Messiah deck, you can probably get one for $250, and call it a day, honestly, as long as you don't care about max rarity and shit. If you're trying to max rarity this shit, yeah, good luck. It's $1,000 or some shit like that. Last time I checked. But yeah, it's pretty much it, guys. It's a really fun deck, but it really requires you to pay attention. No room for mistakes. If you make any mistakes in Masai decks, you're pretty much gonna you just threw the game right there and then. So don't fuck up. If you like chess play kind of deal, like where you like to strategize the fuck ton, this deck is for you. Well, that's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a little thing or two about Masai deck. And if you liked it, give that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe, you filthy animal. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.